Welcome back to the Dinarr Daily, where we bring you the latest and most important updates on the Iraqi dinar and the global financial world. Today's story is nothing short of historic, and it's making waves across international markets. Breaking news just came out of Baghdad, where the Central Bank of Iraq has officially unveiled a three-stage roadmap for the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar in 2025. This isn't rumor. It's not speculation. It's a confirmed plan, complete with timelines, measurable targets, and real transparency. For decades, people have asked whether the dinar would ever regain strength, and now, we finally have an answer. This announcement marks a turning point, not just for Iraq, but for the global financial community that has followed this currency for years. Investors, economists, and everyday citizens are buzzing with excitement because what's on the table has the potential to reshape Iraq's economic destiny and open doors to enormous opportunity. For so long, talk of a revaluation was filled with uncertainty. But today, the central bank has presented a structured, step-by-step roadmap. Their focus is clear: stability first, growth second, and transformation third. And the world is now watching more closely than ever before. The plan is set to roll out over the next 18 months in 3 distinct stages. Unlike past rumors of overnight jumps and unrealistic promises, this approach is careful, methodical, and built to last. By introducing clear targets and publishing an official schedule, Iraq is signaling that it wants to move beyond speculation and finally take control of its financial destiny. Already, analysts are calling this one of the most significant currency events of our generation, and some are even labeling it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let's start with Phase 1, which is already underway. Right now, the dinar trades at about 1,320 to 1 US dollar, a weak rate that has crushed purchasing power for ordinary Iraqis and fueled a thriving black market. The central bank's immediate goal is to bring stability back to the system. They're enforcing strict regulations on money dealers, expanding oversight of commercial banks, and deploying digital tools to track financial flows with pinpoint accuracy. This isn't flashy work, but it's the bedrock of the entire plan. Without stability, no revaluation could ever survive. Phase 1 is about more than just numbers. It's about trust. For years, many Iraqis avoided banks altogether, believing the system was corrupt or unreliable. Instead, they turned to street dealers, which only weakened the dinar further. The central bank is now determined to reverse that cycle by making transactions safer, cleaner, and more transparent. Already, advanced monitoring systems are being put in place, and early signs suggest that people are beginning to trust the formal system again. This step is slow, but it's essential, because without trust, the currency could never rise. Now, the excitement really starts in Phase 2, which is set to begin in just 6 months. This stage is all about actually raising the value of the dinar, but doing it gradually. Instead of shocking the economy with a sudden jump, the bank plans a steady increase that allows markets, banks, and citizens to adapt smoothly. The goal at the end of this phase is clear: 1 US dollar equal to 1,000 dinars. At first glance, that might seem modest, but symbolically it's massive. It would mark the first upward movement of the dinar in years, proving that progress is real and not just talk. For Iraqis, hitting that 1,000 to 1 target would be a major morale boost. After years of decline, even a small recovery signals that the country is on the right path. For investors, it's the proof they've been waiting for that the central bank can not only make promises, but deliver results. Most importantly, this cautious approach avoids the dangers of sudden spikes, which could cause inflation or destabilize trade. By moving step by step, Iraq ensures that each gain is sustainable, backed by real reserves and economic strength. Phase 2 also sets the stage for something much bigger. If Iraq can pull it off, the world's confidence in the dinar will skyrocket. Global investors will see a nation not just talking about reform, but actually executing it. And that credibility is priceless. It paves the way for Phase 3, the most ambitious and historic part of the historic Phase 3, is where the dream of revaluation becomes reality. According to the central bank, within 12 to 18 months, The dinar could climb to between 100 and 400 per US dollar. That's not just an adjustment. One of the largest modern currency reevaluations in history. Imagine holding 1 million dinars today. At current rates, it's a modest sum. But if the dinar hits even 300 to 1, that same million would carry staggering purchasing power. For Iraqi families, it would mean affordable imports, higher living standards, and a brighter future. For investors, it could mean life-changing returns. But why now? Iraq believes it has the strength to back this bold move. The nation sits on some of the world's largest proven oil reserves, generating billions annually. Oil alone provides a powerful financial safety net. But Iraq isn't stopping there. The country is also investing in construction, agriculture, and technology to diversify its economy. Roads, ports, and trade networks are being rebuilt, and international investment is flowing in. These factors give the central bank the confidence to push forward, believing the dinar's value should finally reflect the true wealth of the nation. For decades, the currency was dragged down by war, sanctions, and instability. But Iraq is determined to show that era is behind them. The revaluation is more than an economic decision. It's a declaration. A statement that Iraq is ready to reclaim pride, independence, and international respect. A stronger dinar not only improves the lives of everyday citizens, but also signals to the world that Iraq is open, stable, and investable. This dual impact, domestic strength and global credibility, is what makes the plan so historic. Of course, challenges remain. Political instability, regional tensions, and corruption are still major obstacles. Oil wealth is a blessing, but also a vulnerability if global prices collapse. The central bank has acknowledged these risks, which is why the roadmap includes flexibility. They can slow down, pause, or adjust if conditions demand it, ensuring the process won't collapse under sudden shocks. This realism gives the plan even more credibility. What sets this apart from past speculation is transparency. For years, people relied on rumors and whispers about the dinar. Now the central bank has laid everything out: clear goals, firm timelines, and even quarterly progress reports. These reports will track reserves, oil revenues, and exchange rate stability, giving the world hard data instead of empty promises. That openness is already building trust and changing the conversation from if the OHE revaluation will happen to when. Since the announcement, demand for the dinar has been rising globally. Investors who once dismissed it as a lost cause are paying attention again. Online forums, financial groups, and analysts are buzzing with excitement. Even more importantly, Iraqi citizens are beginning to shift money back into the official banking system. That cultural shift away from the black market is exactly what the central bank wants, because it strengthens control and stability across the economy. Looking closer at Phase 1, the crackdown on the black market is already reshaping habits. For years, many Iraqis chose street dealers because they didn't trust banks. Now, with tougher rules, digital monitoring, and tighter oversight, the tide is turning. It won't change overnight, but as more citizens see stability in the official system, confidence will grow. And with that confidence, the path to Phases 2 and 3 becomes much stronger. Phase 2 will be the first true test. If Iraq can successfully push the dinar from 1,320 to 1,000 without sparking inflation or panic, it will prove that the system is strong. Each small increase will reinforce trust and keep momentum building. By the time the third phase arrives, both citizens and investors could be fully on board, ready for the historic leap that could follow. If Phase 3 succeeds, the impact will be transformative. Everyday Iraqis would see their purchasing power multiply. Imports would become affordable, and the nation's standard of living would rise dramatically. At the same time, Iraq's global reputation would soar, attracting foreign capital and reducing dependence on outside aid. It would be more than financial reform, it would be a rebirth for the entire country. The roadmap also includes collaboration with international organizations like the IMF, ensuring Iraq's strategy aligns with global standards. This cooperation adds credibility and reassures investors that the plan is not just a national dream, but a globally supported effort. By bringing in outside expertise, Iraq strengthens its chance of success while signaling to the world that it is serious about reform. For Iraqis, this plan carries deep emotional meaning. For years, the weak dinar symbolized pain, hardship, and lost opportunity. Families watched their savings shrink, goods become unaffordable, and hope slip away. Now, with a transparent roadmap in motion, optimism is returning. The revaluation represents more than money, it represents dignity, pride, and the chance at a brighter future. As we move forward, the key milestones will be closely watched. The quarterly reports, the start of Phase 2 in 6 months, and eventually the dramatic changes of Phase 3. Each step will show the world whether Iraq can truly achieve one of the most ambitious financial reforms in modern history. And while risks remain, the roadmap itself is already